I do not live in hope. I work to return it. Welcome back. You won't be here long.
Morgana, it's mommy. Welcome in, everybody. This season 16. Hopefully the season that saves Yorick, and hopefully the season that makes split pushing great again. Basically in this season, there's going to be a lot of new mechanics. Each role will have a role quest and a reward. We're going to have Phalite, which is basically you place down a ward in a specific location and it will spread to give you more vision. Towers will accumulate crystals over time, and if you attack it, you will break it, dealing extra damage like a meanie the Demolish to incentivize hitting towers. And all towers, except for Nexus ones, all towers will have tower plating gold. And lastly, the biggest things that at least I remember from my head is that Demolish now has a 3-hit passive. That's, for the most part, what's going to happen, and Riot is going to crack down on people dodging and holding people hostage in lobbies, like picking the wrong character on purpose, like Yuumi with Smite, or going against Cleanse with Ghost. Stuff like that. Role quest. Yeah, this is the thing they're talking about. They want top lane and AD carry to have more power, so their role quests are the strongest, followed by mid lane. Then jungle and support should be somewhat even. For the quests for supports and junglers, they'll basically get the points they need by just playing the game, doing what they usually do. But for top, mid, and bot lane players, they'll earn points by taking down champions, epic monsters, takedowns themselves, like assist, minion kills, turret plates, and turret takedowns. And some will passively generate over time. Minion, turret, and plate rewards are doubled in your assigned lane. Minion will also progress by dealing damage to champions. So theirs is slightly different. If they're harassing people, they'll gain it outside of just killing too. Nice. Top lane, the only one we care about, and probably the only one I'm going to read. Check it, I know what the others do a little bit, so maybe I'll go over it. Top lane has been a particularly difficult role to give appropriate agency over the years, and is frequently viewed as the position with the lowest agency. Facts, we're enhancing their agency in this update with universal access to teleport, ensuring that they are relevant and scaling champion by increasing their experience and level cap. Bless. Quest progress, 12,000 points required for quest completion. You gain 1 point per minion kill, 2 if you're in top lane, 30 per epic monster takedown, 25 per turret takedown, 50 in top lane. Sure, you get double the points for specific ones if you're in top lane. 20 points per turret plate, 40 in top lane. Each tower has like 5 plates, so if you times this by 5, that's like 200. So we can gain 250 per tower. So 1 tower, 250, 2 towers, 500, 3 towers, 750. We get a 4 tower, that's 1,000, and that's even excluding minions we're getting. Because if we reach 100 CS, that's already 200 points, outside of also gaining it passively. And 15 per champion take it down. Okay. So if you're not in top lane, you gain +1 for every 3 seconds. And this is increased to 8 every 5 seconds in and around top lane. So as long as you're like around the area. Level cap increased to 20. Plus, I checked on this, actually it does work for Yorick's pets. It works for his Q, increases his flat Q healing, and it increases Maiden's HP and her armor and magic resist. Same goes for the ghouls, 80 HP and attack speed. So it is a good buff for us. Altitude precision increased by 12.5%. Oh, 12%, so nice. If the top laner did not take teleport as a summoner spell gain, if the top laner did not take teleport as a summoner spell, Gain unleash teleport on a 7-minute cooldown. 7 is long, the fuck? Maybe I just keep my teleport then. But Toplane did select teleport as a summoner spell. They are also shielded for 30% of their maximum health on arrival, lasting for 30 seconds. I'm taking teleport, I'm sorry. I thought you gained the shield whether you took teleport or not. And laning phase is still a thing. Maybe in some lanes I won't take teleport, but or depending how quickly I can finish the quest, but in general, I think I'll just always take teleport. Because this means I can do a dumb TP and have a shield. That lasts for 30 seconds too, so I can TP far, walk it there and still maintain the shield, or I can TP dumb, have the shield, and not int. I may still int, but you get the point. This also buffs HP builds. Tank stonks, so that's nice. Because otherwise I get a 7-minute cooldown on TP? Goodness gracious. Does it even scale down? It doesn't say. That got me bugging. Nice. Atakhan, Blood Roses, feats 10 kills. TLDR, all that shit is gone. Piece of Strength have been removed from the game. First Blood once again, grant 200 gold to the killer. First shot once again gets 300 gold. Stonks! Icon has been removed. Bless. Blood Rose have been removed. Kinda sad. Base gold devaluation per gold, even on that. For example, dying and giving away, trying to go reduce your base kill by 75 gold. Epic objective tuning. Want to increase the risk. I want to take an epic monster, bring it closer to the danger level. Try to do this, we're making these epic monsters more resistant to physical and magic damage. With me, team will take a break around 10, longer to kill them. Okay, so that back home. You get more combat experience for killing Elder and Baron if the game goes very long and you're behind. And basically monsters will have more resistance, so it'll take 10 to 30% longer to kill. Yeah, they're basically making the monster skill per level better too. So they will be tankier, maybe slightly stronger. Elemental Dragon will have to find more effective HP. Make it longer to take, so people can't solo them without a jungler as often, outside of them being a jungler themselves. Kill gold up. Ooh, 75 gold back for killing dragons. Nice. So the lower you are, the more combat EXP you will get for killing dragons. Boy grubs are beloved. I want to see what they say about this because I didn't read anything about it. About this one on the last post they had. Boy grub have generally been an epic monster grab that's more about getting yourself ahead and rewarding the whole team for running over, assisting the takedown. True, but this season increased focus on pushing. Getting the buff already worse that plays us on, but we want to reduce the pressure on the whole team. Whole teams roam up for grubs. We also want to make it easier for the laners to run over to take a single grub and then lead back to the lane. So you're gonna buff Yorick so his pets actually won't die to them or deal damage to them. Kappa. To accomplish these goals, we're concentrating gold reward purely on the killer of each monster and retuning the rewards to be more in line with our goals for camps like these. We're also reducing the camp's damage in order to make them less scary for non-junglers to engage with. Nice. As with other epic monsters, the durability is increased as well. Grubs now do 30 more damage on champions, matching dragons and baron, because they're epic. So my ghouls are just gonna get fucked. Nice. No longer heals itself for 60 HP. Okay. Also, their HP remains the same, so you can clear 1 and 1 and just go through it. Nice, so you can clear grubs a bit faster then. Rift Herald, another beloved. Rift Herald is a valuable objective due to its ability to knock down towers. Yes sir, so actually increasing its unique reward and a small amount while removing an auto optimization around delaying its summon in order to squeak out a level up and thus get more damage from Rift Herald mercenary charges. Making the eye mechanic more soloable and moving it to a simple cooldown that junglers can more easily claim by themselves. We're also changing its reward to match our goals, especially by reducing the amount of local gold it gives nearby champions instead of rewarding the killer an appropriate amount. As our epic monster, its effect and health is also increased. So tankier. Rift Herald eye cooldown lower. Oof. You know, how many times you can hit his eye. High cooldown is no longer reduced on hit. Oh, so it's fixed now. Your foul now deals 3% more damage than non-champions. Fuck, I was gonna slap the fuck out of my pets. Mercenary charge, used to scale to 3k, it's always 3k now. And receiving a similar treatment to Elderon, reducing its overall gold reward and ensuring the experience is impactful to drive those inciting 5 moments for clutch objectives. Also done some tuning on Baron's abilities to ensure they're not weaker than his regular attacks to live up to his raid boss aura. Please make it so Baron is harder to fight. Because Atakhan was harder to kill than fucking Baron because Atakhan hurt. Ultimately, Baron will be more durable than before. And slightly more threatening as his abilities will more accurately scale across the game and increase shred will make the attacking team more prone to being vulnerable to contest. Nice. Spawn timer 20 bless! You know how many times I can get inside the enemy's base giving them back shots, but I can't take an inhibitor because Baron is not up yet. This is big. Jungle adjustment buff camps. Removing the global red and blue buffs that were available after contaminated for fewer reasons. Yeah, I did make them less special. But basically, you won't share red buff and blue buff anymore for the entire team. Only 2 people will have it, the jungler that took it and the ally that walked over the circle of the blue or red buff. Red buff is getting some buffs to be stronger at the beginning and slightly weaker if not the same later, but its regen is up, so that's nice. Then jungler rules. So basically they're making so junglers have to farm a bit more before they start ganking because they made it harder for them to farm. But they made it so they have damage reduction against monsters. Their smite is gonna go up, so they're less likely to lose smite to like a big ult like Jinx and Luxus. Getting a bit more sustain in the jungle. Slightly more, if not slight nerfs in the pet heal. Pet DPS is gonna go up. Base pet as well is gonna go up, so overall buff to their pet damage, so they're actually good at taking down objectives by themselves slightly, especially with the damage reduction, at least versus non-epic monsters. And some of their requirements for the quests are gonna go down to later on. And the first scuttle will give more EXP, so maybe your jungler is gonna ask you to walk down the river and kill yourself to see who gets the Krabby Patty. I'm not moving. Fuck these junglers. Okay. You can extend your range. Second, third, y'all saying a lot for just vision, man. I ain't reading all that shit. 25% vision on radius of the ward, nice. Builds bonus vision and region for 45 seconds, nice. Bonus vision region shape is specific to the Phalite, understandable. You get a specific area that gets additional range, not range vision, gives additional vision. Bonus region particles are only visible to your team, so only your team can see that you have additional vision. The enemy won't know that you can see longer until they see the Phalites on the ground. Bonus vision region is not affected by the type of ward being placed. Okay. Its duration is represented by a cooldown circle visual on the ward. Bonus vision region can see into brush if the brush is in the region. It's in the region shape. Enemy will know if they're in bonus region while their team has a detector sweeper effect within the region. Enemy will know they're in the bonus region if their team has a ping tracked the ward directly, including FPS 6%. Those 6% buff, that buff. All Phalites super wards buffs are suppressed while the ward has near sight. Okay? They're removed when the ward dies. Home guard. Return home to be generally faster, reducing the dead time in the game and flow and enabling proactive plays more often, especially later in the game. You'll not be able to keep your home guard until you reach the action. Your outermost turret in lane or the minion wave. Nice. So I can int and just run back to lane and do it all over again. I love it here. Home guard no longer has a duration. That's wicked work. Bloom Guard is now removed after reaching the endpoint, entering combat, or entering the jungle. Bloom Guard will always take you to at least just before your outermost living turret in a lane. Bloom Guard will always take you to at least your inhibitor in your base. So after 14 minutes, or after somebody takes the first tower, the home guard will let you reach almost close to where your minion wave is. Crystalline Overgrowth. This is the meth cocaine that grows on the towers. Riot wants to make Splitpush great again. And over time, when a tower is not attacked for 1 minute and 30, it will start to build up crystals around it. And then slowly build up the crystals the longer it's not hit by an enemy champion. This can appear in lane turrets everywhere outside of Nexus towers. And the damage is based on the level of the attacking team, so average level of your team or you yourself. For melee champions, the hitbox of the tower is bigger, so you can hit it more easily, like hit it once to get a plate and run away, since all towers have turret plating. And if there's no minions around, you cannot proc this. You cannot pop the crystals, you cannot proc it. So you still need minions around. But since Rift Herald counts as a minion, and it will take down the backdoor protection, you can basically still use Rift Herald, like bypass this and proc it on a tower that's has been untouched for at least 1 minute and 30. If a turret is about to like reach that point where they haven't been touched by an enemy champion for 1 minute and 30, it will suppress the crystals from appearing if a champion is close but hasn't attacked it yet. But all you have to do is walk away. I don't know the range, it doesn't say, for it to fast forward to the point of where how much crystals it was supposed to gain. So you just walk away and then it will gain the crystals. Demolish, my best beloved, the rune I will take every day. I don't give a fuck. Given that Overgrowth occupies a lot of the same space as Demolish in visuals, complexity, and gameplay, we felt Demolish needed to be simplified. We still want Demolish to be satisfying and useful for rune to users that already like it. Yorick! We'll be keeping an eye on it, how this feels with Overgrowth mechanic, and making any changes as needed. Bless. Demolish trigger. Charge up a powerful attack. Removed. Your third attack against a tower deals bonus physical damage. Cooldown lowered. Oh, what a bust. You guys can't see me, but I'm biting my lip. Hold on. You still can't see me because I'm black as fuck. Either way. Holy. Demolish. Cooldown is down by 30 seconds, so every 30 seconds I can just walk up in front of that tower and just make that shit clap. You gotta attack it 3 times though. Yorick does have an auto attack reset. If you do have Titanic Hydra, you could bypass it, but in lane that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna walk in lane with a Titanic Hydra down your fucking pants. So, but it's still nice that the cooldown is down. You just need to attack it 3 times. So auto Q, then third auto, and you're goody. Melee damage, 35% of maximum health. They're nerfing it? Can have shit in this house, bro. Still not bad. And hold on, the damage is down, but the cooldown is also down. Yeah, it's an even trade. I'm just toxic. Range damage, we don't play range champions around these parts. But it is nerfed. By a lot, actually. Holy, get shit on. They really don't want bot laners to take this. I think that's why the damage is really cooked. Like, they used to have the same numbers for whatever reason, but they said, fuck you. So fuck Nar, fuck Quinn, Fuck Jace. Fuck Urgot, unfortunately. Fuck Vayne. Fuck Rise. Fuck Cassiopeia. Fuck Vladimir. Fucking smaller tops. Fuck all of them. In game. Demolish is Barak, if it's ever been back. So for all of you that haven't been taking Demolish, what's wrong with you? Get some help. Game start. We're trimming down. I should trim down. Like, damn, I got a bush. We're trimming some, mostly wasted time at the start of every game and getting you into the action faster instead of just waiting around for your minions to get to work. TLDR, they want you to start the game and end faster. Lane minions come out at 30 seconds. Jungle starts gooning in the jungle at 55 seconds. But because Home Guard makes you run out like speeding Gonzalez, you're able to still invade relatively. Baron is lower. This is so good. I get to take every inhibitor I open, bro. Because Baron is at 25 minutes. And usually you get inside the enemy's base by 17, 18, 19, which is still viable to take it and just wait 2 minutes to Baron. That shit is great. They're just upping time for when you start getting passive golds. Same for support ones. And this is just for remake. Sometimes I am AFK myself at the beginning of a game, so that will feel bad. Alas, it'd be like that. Good change. Just wanted to say a quick good words. Love you and your guy, and I hope you updated soon. I did! Actually, hold on. I updated it last night. Still updating the build slowly. Lethality, not lethality, but like an anti build that you can split push with. And then there's a full lethality build for split pushing. I added text, so if you like to read, you can read for a very long time. A very long time of reading. And it's not even done, but it's right here. Most stuff I put in my videos is right here. Outside of situational macro decisions that you can make. Granted, I didn't make that too, so technically it is there. An example of that is when to release Maiden. You need to group, but when to actually split push. Stuff like that. Turrets. We have lots of changes to turrets coming in this patch beyond the new crystalline overgrowth mechanic. The headline features that all turrets except Nexus turrets, I knew it, now turret plates. Money. Rewarding champion for partial success when sieging the enemy base and incentivizing smaller incremental pushes overtaking a whole turret down in one spell swoop. What do you mean? That's the way I like it, just taking the whole turret in one go. The total gold from these turrets isn't changing as much as the all towers except Nexus towers will have turret plates. Visually, you cannot see the turret plates be removed like you could now, but you will see the HP bar be cut into different sections when you take one. And they said they're gonna add a visual effect to show when the tower gains bulwark, which is basically when you take a plate, the tower gets slightly stronger, tankier, because you took a plate. So there's gonna be a visual effect to reflect that. Overall, towers will also have more HP, but then as the game goes on, they will become squishier, at least the ones in the side lane, but will still give you protection. Nice. Bulwark resist duration 20 seconds, refreshing on each plate takedown. Overlapping durations. Oh, okay, so it stacks. Lower reserve visualization updated, new effects have been added. If no longer disappears when champion walk out of range. Okay. Turret plates take 17 less damage from minions and ranged champions. To now, turret take 20 more damage from melee champions. Bless. Increase the rate of minion wave spawns in the mid and late game in order to not balloon the amount of gold and experience given by these frequent waves. Removing the occasional melee minion out of mid game and overall reducing the value of super minions and cannon minions. You also made cannon slightly stronger by increasing their attack damage. Allbreaker buff over game time and clarifying that there are some special rules for them in particular. We also cleaned up some experience calculation under the hood to make sure make it easier to see how much value you're getting out of each minion. Okay. Early game breakpoints haven't changed, but overall experience income is slightly higher and gold income is slightly lower. Okay, so you can gain more experience, but less gold. I'm not gonna read this shit. I just know what the items do. Trust me. This is an AP Sheen item, and basically when you use an ability, its Sheen effect will proc, dealing magic damage, but also will make your unhit effects proc twice. This item unironically works with Yorick Maiden passive. So if you attack with Maiden, and Maiden is hitting the same target, and you hit E or you just press Q, Maiden's percent max HP damage will go off twice. I tested it. I'll probably put a clip in here of it for you guys on YouTube, but it works. You can hear the sound effect twice. The item itself makes the sound effect, and the visual effect of Maiden proccing it happens twice as well. And the damage is also twice. This also works with Titanic, which is the only unhit item I build, at least. So yeah, but it would also work for Bork if you build it for whatever reason. It also works on Hullbreaker. So if you buy this item for tank shredding reasons with Maiden, and then you have Hullbreaker, you Q a tower, you get 2 stacks of Hullbreaker. And if you have Titanic, which also works with this, then you auto Q proc the Dusk and Dawn. You get 2 stacks of Hullbreaker, Titanic, and then you're at 4 stacks. So you can proc Hullbreaker faster if you build this with Titanic and Hullbreaker. For whatever reason, if you ever do that. Yeah, it works on Yorick. The biggest value is that since Maiden's percent max HP damage is dog shit, respectfully, you can proc Maiden's percent max HP proc twice. So instead of building Leandries, you could build this item instead. And each time you proc the Sheen effect, you will deal, instead of 2%, you deal 4%. Instead of 2.5%, you deal 5%. Instead of 3%, you deal 6%, depending Maiden's rank. Will I build it? I'll have to practice and see what's good into it. But if it works, it works. And it's another Sheen item. So, I don't build Triforce, so it's there. Endless Hunger. Replacement for Eclipse. Not really, but... This item gives you Tenacity and Omnivamp. And 60 AD like Eclipse. Gives it's worth 3,000 gold. And then basically, when you kill somebody, it will give you more Omnivamp. But it also gives you Famine, which is gain 5 plus 100% bonus AD ability haste. So the more AD you buy, the more ability haste you'll have. So this is an item for Riven. Item potentially for Aatrox, since Omnivamp and cooldown reduction. Who else? Kayn. Double down on the healing and cooldown. People that really like cooldown reduction, high AD, and they don't mind healing or healing more. That's who it's for. This could work on Illaoi as well. Especially if we go all AD Illaoi. Could work wonderfully. We could use it. We don't buy a lot of AD, but cooldown reduction is still good on our basic abilities. So... Actually, it's not basic ability even, it just... Actually, it is ability haste. So if we have this and Shojin, we could have a bit of sustain, and I did have a build for it, technically. So there is room for it. I think it should be right here. Please be right here. I don't want to scroll too much. Yeah. Shojin, Eternal Hunger, Sky if you want to double down, or That's Dance into Eclipse. I think I have it on another build too. Or did I remove it? Oh no, I removed it because the build was very similar. Yeah. We could use it. Will we use it? I don't know. We would have to see if the Omnivamp that they add in game is actually good on us, even though our pets only heal us for 30% of the damage we deal. Well, 33%. So Not bad, but you're gonna see Riven rush this shit. Riven, oh, and Bessa as well. Riven and Bessa. Aatrox. Bastion Breaker. Essentially, lethality version of Hullbreaker. Super lethality item. Gives a lot of lethality. Gives a lot of AD. Kinda expensive. Basically, dealing ability damage to a champion or monster deals an additional 30 plus, depending your up. It has a lethality scaling, so the more lethality you have, the more true damage you'll do. So it can work on Yorick because I tested on the PB, and when your pets attack, they count as an ability. So your pets, when they attack somebody, they will proc this item, dealing 30 plus lethality ratio as true damage. It does have a cooldown of I think it's 15 seconds or 14, I don't remember. It doesn't say it here, but this does have a cooldown. If it is here, I'm just not reading. But the important part, which is why this could be viable on Yorick, is that sabotage. If you take down a champion within 3 seconds of damaging them, grant sabotage for 90 seconds, 1 minute and 30. So if you get an assist or you kill somebody, you have sabotage. Your next attack against an epic monster or turret deals additional 200 damage with 2500 lethality scaling. True damage for 3 seconds. If you only have this item, this deals about 600, I think, around 600 or 700 true damage to a tower. If you only have this item. So this item is mostly meant for assassins, so they can kill somebody and actually push a tower and not fuck off and go kill somebody again, and not contribute to ending the game by taking towers. But because we're Yorick, and we used to build a lot of lethality, not me though, you could use this. So there's some builds where you could use this, or you can just slot this item alongside Hullbreaker. So if you're winning hard and you kill somebody, you can almost one-shot a tower. Because towers have a bit more HP, but if you're dealing true damage, you will just cut through all their armor and HP. So I had some builds for it, which is this one, just Titanic with Hullbreaker, the classic combo. But then, because it scales with lethality, you get Serpent's Fang too. So this is good into Riven and Mbessa, because those are the two people where I would usually have Serpent's Fang, and usually if I go Titanic, I will go to Hullbreaker and this. But this is just one build and it's normal, and you only have 2 lethality items, and this is the only one that gives itself lethality. By itself, you would have to buy this to buff it. So there's this build. This would be the lethality build you could do. You go Hullbreaker first, or Shojin or Cleaver. Then Hullbreaker, Bastion, and then Profane with Edge of Night. If they do have shield, you can buy Serpent's Fang, of course, but essentially these 3 would be your lethality items alongside Hullbreaker, and you can Splitpush while being lethality wise. Good work. This gives a lot of HP, this gives a lot of HP, they give a lot of HP. It's in between. These are 6 items, so one has to drop, which is why you have to choose between these 2. And this is the full build, there's no flexibility in it, but there's a possibility that if you do want to go lethality, then Wave Clear, lethality Splitpush, defensive lethality item, basically a Banshee build, Hullbreaker because you're pushing, and then you choose your damage item. Possibility, will I do it? Maybe into very squishy characters like Kale, where I just want to Splitpush and end the game. There's a possibility. But I would have to go Hullbreaker first, or go this into Hullbreaker, and if I start winning, I go this, and then instead of going Titanic, which will feel bad because I have Hullbreaker, I'll get Profane instead into Edge of Night. Possibility. Will we do it? I don't know. Edge every night? Yes, sir! Bandle Pipes. Not for us, but we could use it in niche situations if we want to buff an ally or ourselves. Basically, when you slow somebody or CC somebody, you will gain 20 movement speed and then 30 attack speed for 8 seconds. Item is very cheap, it's only 2000 gold, gives 200 HP, 20 armor, 20 magic resist, 15 ability haste. Some games I go Knight's Vow for my 80 carry that's actually carrying, so I can get an additional armor item. Maybe now I will get Bandle Pipes instead, but this item is built for engaged supports that want to enchant people, or just enchanters that want some resistance that also have CC or slows. So Braum could go this, Tresh can go this, Rakan can go this, but also Janna could, because she can knock up and slow, etc. Protoplasm Hardness basically is Serax Gauge, but for tanks. And it scales with your resistance. It gives you a base shield when you proc it, and then you gain HP over time. I'll put a clip here if I have it. But it scales with like 250 of your armor and magic resist, and gives health over the duration. While regenerating health, you gain 15% increased size, 10% movement speed, and 25 tenacity. So this still gives tenacity, which is why in this build now, in Iceborne Cleaver, there's a tankier version of it, where you go Iceborne, you get Shojin for the damage amp, Visage, Jackshow into this. So you get an armor item, MR item, Jackshow buffs your armor and MR, and then this scales off of your armor and MR. Then because you have Visage, you can get this for more healing or something else. Or you can just go Iceborne, Visage, and then just buy this instead of Styx. Assuming you have a lot of armor or you're gonna buy other armor or just resistance items, this is better than Styx in that case. But if you're all HP, then HP 80, then Styx is better. Better to excited to see you try the new Yorick builds. Yes sir, that's gonna be tomorrow. Unending Despair. Hatsu just asked about that. Build pad, it doesn't have ages anymore, so it's just Chain Vest, Kindle Gem, and Ruby Crystal. Armor is up, magic resist gone, ability haste increased, and yeah, it just armor healing now. So maybe this is good into a lot of melee champions if you want an armor item, but you don't want Death's Dance or Iceborne, or you want an additional ones, and this item is not that expensive. It's decent. I'll probably use it in some specific builds. You can see them all on Mobile Fire. Horizon Focus, I don't care. Sun or Sky. More AD. Hold on up. Critical strike damage decrease from, damn, we're not gonna crit as much. Overall, still does the job of what we want, which is more healing, a little bit of burst, and it gives them more AD, so it's fine. Cooldown kind of sucks, but okay. Ages of Valor. You'll be launching Age of Valor alongside 2020 shot. This is basically if you are auto-filled and you get a mastery, like a rating score of C or above, you will have no LP deduction on a loss. So you won't lose LP if you lose while being auto-filled, but if you win, you'll gain double the LP. So stop dodging. Also, autofills won't go away by dodging the champ select. If the player dodges autofill game during champ select, the stat will carry until the player plays your autofill game. So stop dodging if you're autofill. You just have to play it out, or somebody else has to dodge. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is, no? Rank class will have a better and more reasonable skill rating based on your, I don't care. For Master and Buffet, dodging a rank champion would cost more LP. Damn, that's crazy. Thank God I'm not Masters yet. Apex Duo. UAQ specs are as followed. D1 can duo with D3, Master, Grandmaster, and Challenger. The fuck? Grandmaster can deal with D1 Master. Bro, I'm not even Apex. I'm trash. For now. Swift play, I don't care. That's the passion of them. TLDR. Always go Demolish. Always Splitpush. Get that Hull Breaker. Get that HP. People can run to lanes faster, so be careful. Don't AFK. All towers give plates. A lot of specifics to it. But in the end, we will get more EXP. If once we get the quest, we can gain even more EXP, so Maiden split pushing is stronger. Grubs and Rift Herald can kill our pets more often, because they deal more damage to non-champions now. And in the end, hopefully jungle doesn't have as much agency. And we have about 3 items that we can use. This season should be the season of split pushing, with Demolish having a lower cooldown, all towers having plates, and having crystalline overgrowth grow on the towers. So it should be better. Oh, yo, she got nice titties, bro. Respectfully. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Next video will be about the builds, but if you're curious, I'll post it below. You can see the guide updated with builds. Not all of them are, well, they're all updated, but I'm missing a few niche ones for fun. Once the build video is out, this will be fully done. And outside of this guide here on Mobile Fire with a lot of text, you should read it on here instead. My bad if I blinded you. You can see the chapters. You want to learn grave tips, click on it and go, and you can learn. This is almost done. The only thing that's missing is the runes items, which are on Mobile Fire, to be fair, and matchup sheet. That will just take time. For now, this is all we have. Well, thank you guys for watching and support, and see you next time. Stay safe and stay blessed.
I thank you for your service.
The One Piece is real!
Water for the living, shovel for the dead.